guard Luka Doncic, who has had a great year.
Was that if you could throw a rock right now, would you hit the person who cast that first place vote? Was that a LA based vote?
No, it was not an LA based person.
Was it a European based vote?
Nope.
Because I got to tell you, this is a 2-horse race right now. Not saying that Luka is so far behind that he can't get in it, but this is a 2-horse race.
I mean, Luka is averaging 35, 9, and 9.
He's leading the league in scoring.
And the Lakers are a lot better than I thought they were going to be.
I mean, 35, 9, and 9. I mean, that's.
I don't think I agree with you, McMahon. Like, I mean, the top two guys who we're about to get to got a preponderance of the votes. I don't think it's a crime that Luka got a first place vote.
Nah, listen. I just think the top two guys are having such ridiculous seasons that the standard to get a first or second place vote is that high. But Luka's having the kind of season that when you saw the shape he got in over the summer, you expected him to have. I mean, 35, 9, and 9 is not shocking. He had basically 34, 10, and 9 in his last year in Dallas before some folks around here decided it'd be a good idea to trade him. But I just think that there is a tier here, and he is the top of the second tier.
I think the voting,
if the Lakers,
I guess that's true.
I mean, it's obviously true. The voting reflects that.
What's that?
I said that's obviously true. The voting reflects that. I mean, there were 99 first place votes and 98 second place votes among the top two people. I would say there's a pretty clear cliff.
Right.
There's first and second, there's third, fourth, and fifth, and then there's everybody else.
Yeah.
All right. Before you do this,
where I had Luka.
Jackson, could you give us the updated DraftKings numbers? Do you have them anywhere near there for what the odds are?
Are you working today, Jackson?
Jackson's also in LA.
I know.
Jackson is also in LA.
The hotel room he was in, it had like the good fancy like textured wallpaper. Just saying.
You have any textured wallpaper in your renovation that you're doing?
God, I hope not, because I was informed of some of the wallpaper prices.
All right. Well, Jackson gets that. I just want to see where the odds are based on where the voting is.
Yeah. The only thing I'll say about Luka is while there obviously is a tier at the top, I do think Luka has the opportunity to move up higher if he continues to play like this, both because there's an obvious additional attention that comes with being on the Lakers. And if the Lakers end up in the top 4, say, right, in the West, where I don't think they're going to, it's probably going to be because this guy continues to put up astronomical numbers and they exceed expectations. And if the Lakers exceed expectations, that's a good way to get plenty of attention and support in this poll at a later date.
Yeah,
right, the DraftKings.
The other thing he's got going against him now is games played. And not that he's not going to make the minimum, but for example, if Shai ends up playing 78, 79 games, which is about where he's missed a game. If Joker ends up playing 78, 79 games and Luka comes in at 68, 10, 11, 12 games, there's value in games played as well. It is absolutely
Don't bring me back to that.
No, well, it's the truth.
Okay, so the DraftKings numbers, Luka is third at plus 320.
Yep.
And it's basically a dead heat. SGA is favored right now at plus 160. Jokic at plus 170.
Yep.
So
that sounds about right.
Bontemps, what do the voters think?
Well, I will also say that each of the last 5 years, the person who has finished in first place in the first poll has not gone on to win the award. So we'll see. The last time it happened was the first year I did it at ESPN 6 years ago, and Giannis led in both and won. At some point, like the defending champion streak, I expect that streak to be broken, but it has yet to be so far. We'll see if this year is different. So in second place with 42 first place votes, 57 second place votes, and a fourth place vote, one of two players to have 100 total points or total votes on every single ballot, with 822 total points. Want to guess who it is?
Joker.
I say Shai.
just to pick the other one. It is Nikola Jokic.
Oh, how could somebody give him a fourth place vote?
And
so
hold on. So in first place, with 57 first place votes, 41 second place votes, a third place vote, and a fourth place vote, 100 total ballots, and 865 total points.
Oh, man, that's tight, buddy.
It's Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
And again, much like last year, at the end of the year, I'm not going to sit here and tell you why one or the other shouldn't.
I agree.
Be the guy, but both these let me just put in perspective. Joker, who I had second on the ballot, let me put in perspective his season right now. He is averaging a career high 29.8 points per game. He's averaging a career high and league leading 10.8 assists. He's leading the league with 12.4 rebounds, which is one of his career highs. It's tied for his third best. And the guy's shooting 61.3% from the floor, the second best of his career. So
So you're saying that averaging a 30-point triple-double, shooting 61% from the field is second place?
Well, and then if you want to talk about what Shai's doing, and I went with Shai simply because, look, if the Thunder are going to break the record for wins in the season, with him having these kind of numbers, I'm going with the guy who's on the record-breaking team, right? But like Shai's numbers are just as insane. And again, Shai's having a better season this year than he did last year when he won the MVP. The scoring is right about even, 32.4 this season. The assists are even. The minutes are down, though, because they're just smoking everybody.
Yeah, we made a big deal, and we were kind of tracking a couple of years ago when Joel Embiid was averaging a point a minute. You remember that, Bontemps? And he ended up getting hurt, but he was like the first guy since Chamberlain. And I don't expect this to keep up because for various reasons, but I'm sorry to cut you off, McMahon. Shai is averaging 32.4 points in 33 minutes. And he's essentially doing it.
Dude, Shai is shooting 56% from the floor as a guard, the best in his career by far. He's shooting by far the best in his career, 43.7
that's
range. So, dude, we're
just
talking about
amazing number.
His numbers are 56, 44, 88. And he's averaging 32 and change with that kind of efficiency and, a significant playmaker, major contributor to a defense that is best in the league by a country mile.
Yeah,
so,
go ahead.
If they're going to win 72, 73, 75 games, I'm sorry, I'm going to vote with the guy whose team's having a historic season.
I don't think there's, you can't create a case against these guys.
They're both awesome. And I actually think, though, and again, all this is obviously some educated guesswork, but I think this is a pretty good result for Nikola Jokic because in terms of whether he's going to win the award. Because I think the Thunder, as I've said, have a very good chance to set the wins record and win over 70 games. I think if the Thunder win over 70 games, I see really no way that Shai Gilgeous-Alexander doesn't win MVP because, as you said, McMahon, the tie is going to go to the guy with the all-time great team, you would think, when the numbers are this close.
Yeah.
If, though, the Thunder drop off at all and win 68 games, which is still awesome, but it's not 70 games, I would say this opening ballot shows that with the race this close, the tiebreaker probably is going to be how good are the Thunder. And so if the Thunder are over 70, they're one of the three teams to ever do that, I'd guess Shai wins a second straight MVP. If they win 68 again, it would not surprise me at all if Jokic wins MVP, at least as of today, because if it's that close now and the one guy's team is 24-2, then there's a lot of runway for the second place guy to catch up in a race when obviously we're splitting hairs.
Well, we came into the season saying that the bar for Shai to repeat as MVP was going to be extraordinarily high. And the Thunder winning 70-plus games clears that bar with him putting up these sort of numbers with that kind of efficiency. I think what the straw poll illustrates is something that we thought was the case going into it. The bar for Luka or Cade or anybody else to really get into it and make it a three-horse race is ridiculously high. And like for Luka, it's going to continue to put up the numbers he's putting up, which he'll do that. I think his efficiency will probably even improve. He's not shot the 3 great. And the Lakers are probably going to have to end up being a top 3 seed in the West for him to have a realistic shot of being in the mix on this deal.
And that's it. I think, barring injury, I don't think there's anybody else who has any sort of realistic shot to get in the mix.
Yeah.
Like, sure, I guess if the Knicks win 25 games in a row, or the Pistons win another 25 games in a row, or something crazy happens, yeah, sure, you could make an argument for somebody else maybe. Or, like, I guess the only other person I'd maybe say is if Giannis or Victor stay totally healthy and rip off huge stats and their teams go crazy, maybe they can get in the mix a little bit. But to me, it's Luka, if he continues playing like this and either of these guys slip a little bit,
yeah, I mean,
that's it. Because they're just doing historic things and they're way ahead of the pack.
The Lakers could finish second in the West if the right set of circumstances happen. And if Luka,
if they do that,
could. Look at their record right now.
If the Lakers finish second in the West with Luka playing like this, that's the sort of scenario where he can get in.
They're not going to do it the way they're playing right now because, by the way, the last 10 games, the Lakers have the 27th defense and JJ Redick.
But that's my point. Like, the Lakers are a flawed, like we've talked about. The Lakers are a good but flawed team.
Right.
And if they finish ahead of everybody but OKC, it's got to be because this guy's going insane, and that'll give him a chance.
But for Giannis, like, look, if he gets healthy and then the Heat end up a top 4 seed in the East, I can totally see Giannis doing that.
But you were talking about efficiency, McMahon. Allow me a comment on
it. Just went right by him. That was a good one, man.
Okay,
right
I'm
by
sorry.
him.
It's because I'm heading towards my Sports Center hit right now, and I'm distracted. What did he say? We'll just let the audience make fun of me. Whatever it was. All right. Let me speak about efficiency for a moment. So, at LeBron's peak, because LeBron got super interested in efficiency in Miami. It became like his obsession. At LeBron's peak, he won the PER, player efficiency rating title, 6 consecutive years. Okay. And in that stretch, his highest efficiency was 31.7. Player efficiency rating. I don't want to get too much into advanced stats, but
sure,
anything over 30 is all-time elite. LeBron was over 31 3 times in his career. Never was over 32, but that was his height. Wilt Chamberlain is, it's a little bit harder to be the efficiency back in them. You didn't have the 3-point shot. Mm-hmm. But Wilt Chamberlain led the league in efficiency 9 times in his career. Okay. He was, pretty great. Shai Gilgeous-Alexander, who we're just talking about how tremendously efficient he is being, like his shooting percentage is way up. Everything is, just great. He's averaging 33. His PER right now is 32.9. So already Shai, way higher than LeBron's best year. And I know he's played 25 games. He hasn't played 75, but significantly above LeBron's best year in efficiency at 32.9. Okay. Nikola Jokic, who is currently trying to lead the PER for the 6th straight year. Mm-hmm. I just said LeBron never was better than 31 and change. Shai is having one of the greatest years on record at 32.9. Jokic right now is 35.9.
Again, if you
Jokic is the modern day Will. I mean, that's really where it's at this point. He's just breaking all the stats.
Jokic is now the all-time leading PER guy in the history of the NBA.
Yeah, I mean, it's like Will. Like, you go back to the 60s, you look at the stats that Will put up and the numbers that Will put up, and it's crazy to look at the Wilt numbers, and it's why it's like Wilt and all the time, right?
Sure.
Like, we've talked about this for years. It's going to be like that with Jokic. It's going to be like Jokic and for all these different stats, because it's just insane to be putting up point guard numbers with crazy efficiency while also getting 12, 13, 14, 15 rebounds a game. Like, it's video game stuff.
To lead the league in assists and rebounds while shooting better than 60% from the floor is nuts. And, Michael Malone, when they came through OKC last year, and Joker had the crazy game, and Malone stumping for him to be MVP. He says, if you just put the numbers on, blindly on a sheet of paper, you're picking him every time. I said, okay, what if you put the records on there too? Because that's part of the conversation. And, the thing about like efficiency merchants or all that kind of stuff is a lot of times when guys are hunting efficiency, they're doing it by only taking the quote unquote, great analytic shots. They're dunks, layups, in threes. Both Joker and Shai, that's not what they are. They're just that skilled. And Shai is actually relying more on mid-range from a percentage standpoint than he ever has. And let me just listen to these numbers. 10 to 16 feet. Look at his basketball reference page right now. This year, 10 to 16 feet, he's shooting 58.9% from the floor.
It's crazy
on those shots. The long twos, 16 plus, he's shooting 51.1% on those. And those are either all like off dribble, create space, or some of them are, off of post-ups. And I do just want to say, this free throw merchant thing, I'm tired of hearing it. I looked it up. Last year, there's been 47 seasons going into this year where a guard averaged 30 plus points per game. His free throw attempts per game last year ranked 31st out of those 47 seasons. Now they're up a little bit this year, but you know who's are historically high? It's Luka. Great scores, especially
Luka leads the league in free throws attempted.
It's not a flaw. It's a skill.
No, if you being a free throw merchant, I don't understand why it's necessarily an insult, but if you're good enough to get fouls and draw the line, it means you're doing well.
Well, and especially these guys who get fouled on mid-range attempts because it's pump fakes. It's such a good shot for them. We've got to challenge it. It's the footwork. So the whole free throw merchant thing is honestly a stupid internet meme.
Well, and one other thing to just mention really quick on Shai is he is part of a historically great defense and is a actual part of it, which is another thing that when you look at tiebreakers, like, Jokic has made himself, like Steph, into a guy who can, not be a disaster on defense over the course of his career, but Shai is a solid part of a all-time great defensive team, which, again, when you're talking about tiebreakers,